Welcome back to Awkward Camera Angles 3, where we're going to be building this Lego set today. Again, in the Ninjago brand, simply just because I like it. Set number 2260, Ice Dragon Attack. Now remember, this is still in the very first publishing of this series, so that's why the dragon is a little bit odd looking compared to the other ones that'll be shown later in the series. But this one is kind of special. It features two minifigures that are unique to the entire series. Crazy with his jester hat, and Zane DX, which is going to be the first variant of the ninja robes that we're going to be seeing on this channel. Before we begin, I just wanted to share some information. This set originally sold for $19.88 at, I believe, Toys R Us, and I purchased this for $64.20. I bought it over on eBay, and the reason that it was so much is because this was pre-owned, and there's a lot of factors going into this. So if we look at Amazon prices, this will normally sell at roughly $150. That's almost a 10 times markup for this set alone, making this the most marked up set. It's not the most expensive set on Amazon, but it's the most marked up. And those are brand new sets. Pre-owned, I don't really look at. However, this specific box is. There's a lot of other factors that went into buying this as well. I was able to find two sellers, in giant quotation marks, that were willing to give me this. However, they both set them up on eBay with bidding involved. I do not like that at all. The bid was set below $25 for both. That is barely anything above the original price of this. So I thought, oh my god, that's a steal, which it really was. The very first person I come across, there's a few bids on it, mostly from this older lady, because it's like a Bertha account, if I remember correctly. We went back and forth a little bit, and then I just gave up because I started to match. I got it to the point where I matched the price of another one that was roughly $31, and I just said, you know what, I'll buy this outright, which I was denied a couple hours after. I don't really mind that. It's what came after was the issue. So back and forth, I kept trying to bid on them, trying to keep it below a certain threshold. And then both of them started to act funny. More so the second one that I mentioned, because every time I would put in a bid, it would say that my bid was already outbid. So that one was botted. And then the one with Grandma Bertha was also botted, but the price never jumped up after the sale was made, is the issue. So I don't know what went on with that one, and obviously the second one was botted, selling for over $90, and no way in hell was I going for that. So I was able to find a pre-owned one that I was very happy with. Obviously the box does have a little bit of damage, but I'm perfectly fine with that. The pictures that this person included were of the dragon and the minifigures put together, I believe. Everything was dismantled, every piece was there. The only thing that I could see were the claws were already put together, but probably because that was just something that he didn't think of pulling apart, just because taking one piece away from another. Beyond that, other factors included having the box available as well as the instructions inside. This was the cheapest one, and it also had everything. That's how much this set is worth, and I don't understand why. It's really cool to look at, but it's not a lot to build is the issue. So, if you're looking to collect these as much as I am, explore a lot. Now let's just get into building it. Remember, I can't say that because of Kappa. Remember, edgelords, always cut away from yourself. That's a joke. I knew what I was doing. I was keeping it away from me. I don't know why I'm still announcing it. Money shout. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. He even did it himself. Nice. That's another thing, is that I think I was able to check out, like, the proper buyer or, like, some pictures of said person, and he didn't look much older than me. So, obviously, this was handled with care, and there's a lot of disassembling and ensuring that it's going to be a good thing for the buyer. But like I thought before, the claws did come together. Don't really mind. It's just gonna be a little bit easier, maybe. Who knows? You know what? I'll keep them separated. Again, the instructions are just one booklet, so something to look forward to in the future. We'll be getting more and more of these. The most I've seen is 3 booklets in one set, but that was a set where there were 3 big items in it. Now, as I'm looking at it, even though that I was singing its praises before, I don't know if it's just age or if this was the actual colors of it. The white doesn't seem as bright as it does on here, but then there's also some apparent aging, and probably I need to clean these because these look extremely used. My guess, as a kid, he used to play with these, and I don't mind that. At least it shows that he enjoyed it. But me being the person that I am, I don't really like touching pre-owned stuff. So, I'll just live with it. Except for this, I definitely need to clean this off. I'm gonna rub it down a bit. Well, apparently that didn't really work. Now it's just a little bit wet from me missing spots while trying to dry it. But overall, the cleaning, because I just wiped it down with a little bit of water, didn't really do much. Another thing that I'm wondering about is possibly, did this person include the extra pieces that you get whenever building a set? Heaven forbid you lose a small piece or something else. My guess is no, simply because this looked like it was just disassembled pieces of the set in the photo. Perfectly fine with me, just something to acknowledge that whenever buying pre-owned, make sure that you understand that you will not be getting all of the pieces that I believe are included in the piece list in the back, wherever that is. Here we are. In the back with the piece list, I believe they also include extra pieces in this list. I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but that feels right when I say that. Don't take everything I say for 100% guarantee. Understand that I am human. One thing while looking at these ball launchers for the dragon heads, brings me back to these things called Betamons. I recently looked them up just to remember the name of what they were even called. I believe I had 2 of them. Obviously the main one that everybody had just because, yeah, that's so cool. Then a second one which wasn't all that special, but was still better than the original or something like that. I vaguely remember having a second one, but I don't remember why I think it was better. I think they're making, either they continued to make the show or they're making another season this year. Something was mentioned. I'm not, like I said, I'm human. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. For some odd reason, these in the back of my head were the main reasons of concern for me, and I don't know why. Like, it's something that's kind of easy to keep a track of, like if you're disassembling a set, because it's the only thing that's like this. But in my head, I was really worried that he would lose those for some odd reason, and I don't know why. Even while I was grabbing the first one, I was like, oh no, he forgot the second one, even though that I made 5,000% sure to check to see that both of them were there in the photo. I don't know if that's just anxiety or something, but my god, I gotta give this person the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he's gone above and beyond. Aside from just having this thing age, which I am perfectly, like, I am warming myself up to the idea that I am touching something that touched someone else's hands. But it takes a lot of willpower for me to do something like this. I do not like to buy used clothes for that exact reason. I have this weird fixation about things that I just don't like things being pre-owned and touching my skin. Feel free to leave in the comments below if you or anyone you know kind of has like the same sort of fixation about things, or does have a mental, I won't say disease or disorder, but just something that makes them so fixated on uh, trying to remove that factor in its total. Now that everything's separated and I can see all the pieces, looking at something like this might have been a hassle for him to remove. A few episodes ago, that might have been the last one or the one before that, because obviously there's not enough of the series to say a few episodes ago, even though I said that. This piece, if it's on a flat surface such as this one, completely all the way across, requires a piece extractor or piece remover, whatever the specific name for it is. In bigger sets, it'll come with something with this color of orange. You just insert it and then just make sure that it's somehow connected, and then you just push up and it pops off. And it's as easy as that. However, they didn't start including that until 2 series of sets from now. I don't know if he struggled with any pieces like that, but this is where we start our journey in the building process. And it appears that we start by building crazy. That's crazy with a capital K and a lowercase I. A bit odd, but just like the name suggests, he's bonkers. And then ceremonial hat. Huh. You know, as a kid, I never, ever thought that I would be able to hold this piece at all, simply because of how much it would cost in comparison to everything. And my family was very wary of buying anything online, let alone buying something that had a markup as large as it did online. Now that I'm older and I have quite a bit of money of my own, I don't really give a shit anymore. The crazy is the skeleton of lightning with the shurikens of ice. And he going up against Zane DX. Now, if you look at all of their heads separately, there are a bit of a difference. Wait a minute. Now that I look at this isn't Zane's head. I was just about to say something about that. This isn't Zay's head. This is Jay's head. Wow. Okay. So that's the only wrong piece, but my guess is that this person is known to build sets and then take them apart. Otherwise, if this is the head that came with him, he should get the refund for it. Can't do anything about it now. And like I was saying, what is supposed to be Zane DX, the DX features a variant including the dragon robe for all of the ninjas. They each have one, and I'll just pop the hood on, and for some odd reason, the instructions says that you're supposed to put the sword this way. If you have him positioned to sit and steer the dragon, I guess the sword could get in the way, so that's probably why you're supposed to have the sword up. That's the minifigures for this set, even though the head for Zane isn't totally correct. And Crazy's head is correct, because along with the Jester's hat, he's also got lipstick around him. Don't remember if there are variants for the skeleton's faces as well, but I'll have to look at that. There might be some scratches in the eyes that might be the differences, but again, semantics. And today we start our journey with the simple piece. One of the topics that I brought up while I was separating out all the pieces that I kind of wanted to go back to was the Beat 'em on TV show. We're not exactly going to be discussing the show, but shows in general. So for almost a year now, my family has had Netflix, and I'm fairly certain a lot of you have also had Netflix for a very long time. I'm not like a stickler, it's just I didn't have anything that I really wanted to watch. Recently, I had this weird urge just to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm watching... Wait a minute. Supposed to be a black piece or a gray piece? That seems to be the same... not exactly the same color. Okay, the only one that's registered in this format is only in the black, but it's really, really hard to tell the difference in that color. Going back to Netflix, I recently wanted to just see what all the hype is about, and since it's in the 4th season of Rick and Morty, my cousin tried to show me the series once before, and she was raving about how it was so revolutionary or whatever. And I just thought, oh my god, I'm dealing with a goddamn lunatic. Oh yeah, I've been building this in kind of the wrong way to show the camera. I think that works better. I think that's how I'm supposed to build it. Oh well. So I went to Netflix thinking maybe I could find it there. Turns out they don't have the rights to it. They probably will in the future, seeing Netflix is starting to monopolize everything now, except for Disney. Even though they've got some of the superhero movies over there. So I bailed on the Rick and Morty idea. But one thing that I caught my eye was the one show that I heard amazing things from, Breaking Bad. At this point, the show is kind of old, but it's not really that old. And hold on. How am I supposed to... This way. I'm supposed to show you this way. God damn it. But I finally understand what everything that I heard while growing up about the show. It is phenomenal. Bryan Cranston is such a good actor. Not be said enough about that man. Okay, I found another piece that doesn't belong. Actually, a second one. Yeah, so this person definitely... and a third. Okay, so these pieces right here have a very, very, very slight color difference than this one. They appear to be the same, but they're really not. If I were to turn off these lights, these three would glow in the dark. As I've gotten to this stage, it appears that I do not have... oh, wait. No, there it is. What the hell? How did I miss that? What? Okay. Okay, I was about to get significantly more depressed for the rest of this video because I wouldn't know how to finish it. After a mini panic attack, trying to reset my phasers to fun. God, I'm such a dork. And along with saying how amazing Bryan Cranston's performance, and I really want to learn his name because he deserves more credit because he did a phenomenal job, is the person who played Jesse Pinkman. Such a good portrayal and such good acting in the show. Put in perspective of where I am in the show, I just finished episode 10, I believe, of season 5. I started, I believe, maybe 2 days before Christmas, I think. Maybe. That's about where I started. That's gotta be it, because I remember my mother making a joke. Oh, what a great thing to be watching around Christmas time. Something about meth. Although it is quite hilarious to think about. Laughable to think that I found that entertaining at that time period. Now we get to work on the feet. Then pop in one of these. Oh, I do not like that sound, but I'm trying to do it one-handed while looking at the instructions. I don't know if it'll be easier to build with them flat out, but that's how it says to put them in. Oh, never mind. Just as soon as I say that, it says to prop them up. It's cool to think that people come up with these ideas and then they need to figure out how to build it afterward. It's so cool to me that someone is able to do that, like reverse engineer an idea that they want. I don't know how common it is. Probably for someone who likes doing stuff like this, it's probably easy to them as well to disassemble something that isn't supposed to be disassembled and then reassemble it in the exact same order following the reverse steps that you took to basically ruin it. How do these go in? They go in toward the dragon. Next is this piece. And I see what we're making now. I'll clear this off out of the center just so it's not in the way and you get to see the full assembly of it. That looks about right in how I'm supposed to show it to the camera. And we take one of these and another swivel. I just heard something go on with my computer. 1 second. Not entirely sure what occurred, but the computer that I'm not recording with right now went to sleep, and it's not supposed to do that. Maybe an update went through or something. So I'll look into that afterward, because if not, that could be a really, really big issue. Hold on, I need to turn this toward me just to get the dimensions of it, because it's starting to throw me off. Yeah, I thought I didn't put that in the right piece or place. Oh god, I really fucked this up. Jesus. Wait, okay. So, everything that I just did, I'm taking apart simply because I majorly fucked that up. And I don't really mind. To make sure that I am building this correctly, I will be keeping it toward me best I can. There we go. That's already looking better. Now I can turn that back around to you. Is that right? I'm trying to figure out how to make this look like the way that it's supposed to be built. Always facing one direction toward you. Rip in pieces, one piece. Or not one piece. One direction, Jesus. One Piece is an anime. That thing is far from ending. Actually, I don't even know. The writer could, like, be like 4 chapters away from ending it all. And then pop these on. Bam. Rawr. Rawr XD. I hate myself so much sometimes. Oh, nope. Not facing the right direction. Is that right? Does look like it should. Oh, that's right. And pop on the piece that I was talking about earlier. Grab 2 more of the, what I would call feathers. Uh-oh. And have, oh no. Everything's falling apart. There we go. Voila. However, it is not complete because we need to include the glacial features. The only thing that's weird about building with the ice right here is that these tiny triangle pieces go in line with these pieces, but then on the actual wing parts, they kinda misalign a little bit. If you can see, I've got the build in the right position and the camera in the right position. I can't see because I don't have a relay going right now because I have all the equipment facing away from me for these videos. I would like to rearrange some of the stuff to figure out a better way, but it'll come in the future, hopefully. And then I bring back the body of the dragon and I pop him on. There we go. That's wing number 1 done. Now we reverse the process, and I won't put you through the building of that. I'll try and speed through this now. There we go. Probably prop them up so it's more realistic or something. Actually, no, they have them horizontal. Oh well. We build this part. They have their wings unfurled in the book. We'll do that real quick. And now we build probably the most fun part. We start building the head. Lower jaw. Come on. I always hated this part because you can't really see where the piece to go in is. Once you cross a certain threshold, it covers up every inch of trying to point it in the right direction. That, and you need to keep everything in a straight line. Put these in bottom holes. Place these over top. Obviously, since these are used, they will show wear and tear, like I said at the very beginning, but I've slowly made myself okay with it. Just can't get these to go in the right direction I want. Okay, there we go. That should be fine. And then we insert the power ball. Now that I'm looking at it, isn't right either. This is not the correct ball. The ball is more translucent and a lighter blue. It's supposed to be like ice. This I would describe more as water, I guess. The head on, and the dragon seems to be done. But there's more to be had in the actual set. We grab our dragon again, and drop it in like so. Now, we pop Zane in. Oh, they actually have him up closer. There we are, and the reins just sit perfectly on his tiny little hands. And we close this chapter with Crazy running away with the shurikens of ice, and Zane killing Crazy. Have a nice day.